The secret of action. Joy, the reward of achievement. Swami Chinmayananda says, we tried to find out, in case there is the inevitability of action, how best am I to act on? How do we act? What makes me act? What are the personality layers that come to express themselves in action? If once I know this mechanism of action, then I probably will understand the technique and the art of adjusting my personality in such a way as the action of mine may fall under these highest types of activities. Activities that bring about achievement for me as well as for the society. Successes and failures are not of the world but ours. One knows not how to meet the challenges and to react properly, while another knows how to meet them and therefore is able to make the environment conducive for his own development and growth. Everyone must have an ideal. A great ideal not only inspires but releases a good column of energy from our hearts. An ideal should be so big that one can draw lifetime inspiration. In a petty ideal, there is no inspiration. The higher the ideal, the greater is the inspiration to act in the world. Swamiji says, all over we have comforts to economize our precious energy, and yet we complain that we have no energy at all. It is all because of mental upset, which is the outcome of having no goal to aspire for or to keep in front of us. A man's happiness depends not only on the work in the field in which he is working, but also on his mental climate conditions or his mental health. This mental health can be maintained only when there is a greater goal in front of us to inspire us. The higher the goal, the greater is the enthusiasm that inspires us. When we have a noble goal in life, the goal itself inspires us. The more it inspires us, the more we find the required energy for tireless activity. However, if that enthusiasm is not channelized properly, either stagnates or dissipates into unnecessary channels and thus becomes unproductive. The leakage of the energy takes place through three dissipating channels. The dissipating channels are 1. Memories of the past, 2. Anxieties for the future, 3. Excitement in the present. The past is dead and gone. We cannot do anything about it in the present except take some guidance. The future is not yet born, so it is unintelligent to become inefficient in the present due to some future anxiety. Also, the mind and intellect are not available to do the work in hand because of excitement in the present and cause failure. We have only the right to work in the present. The one who gives the reward is different. So, if we can concentrate on doing our part by putting the mind and intellect where the hands are, then the best can come out of us. We can discover the joy of the artisan in us. In the modern age, the machine is producing mostly, and we are merely attending to the machine that produces. There is the urgent need to retrain our mind, as presently we have trained our mind wrongly to such an extent that we have become perfect in our imperfections. To achieve the above, each one of us has to find a noble ideal or goal, surrender to it, and work for it with dedication. Thus, we will not only stop the dissipations but find new inspiration and also an unknown column of energy within ourselves. We will have reason to congratulate ourselves for having done something creative besides the satisfaction that we did our work as best as we could. This is the joy of achievement. With continuous practice over a period of time, our physical, mental, and intellectual personalities get integrated and we start nearing perfection, nearer to the actual experience of joy from within. This is the joy of samadhi, a result of being able to put the head and heart where the hands are in an inspired manner. These bring out a high production of efficiency and also give a great dividend of joy to the individual.